One shot, let's begin. Sleeper Train by Azumi Masayuki. Translation uploaded by Hyakoro Translations and Bagan Lee. Alright, let's begin. Sleeper Train by Masayuki Sumi. Uh-oh. Oh, it sounds like a cat. That's how a train sounds. Chugga, 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 choo, choo. Chugga, 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 choo, choo, glands. Oh, oh, it's a bento. Yes, for 400 yen, this is a steal. Cutlet and salt-grilled mackerel form the main. A rolled omelet and braised burdock root keeps the colors vibrant. And the pickles are my favorite kind. Shiba Zuke pickles. On top of the mandarin wedge for dessert. What delights me the most is the existence of this chestnut. Oh, how wonderful. I'm glad I bought this instead of waiting for the clay pot rice. Now, how do I go about this? Started with the pickles, omelets, kelp, mackerel, burdock, then fish cake and cutlet. There's the opinion of building it up in a flow-like state. But there's also the option of creating such a cycle and squeezing the omelet, pickles, and other tidbits in between. Well, whatever the method, the cutlet and mackerel are the main events, and I want to eat them. Dramatically. Oh, fried cutlet, braised burdock. The decorators are the cabbage, pickle, plum, and parsley. Chestnut, mackerel, rolled omelet, kelp, pickles, fish cake, and mandarin. All this is rice with sesame. As long as I get that part down, pat, with all these actors on stage, it'll all work out somehow. My word! I really feel like the wind has been taking out my sails. I hope this isn't an ill omen. It's so awkward. Well, no worries. Thank you for the fudge rat. I was so delighted. I let an old habit slip. Stunning mother. Masayuki, what do you say before you eat? Anyhow, let's start with a pickle. Can't go wrong. And the rice is fluffy, too. Let's get some sauce on the cutlet, cabbage, Some soy sauce for the mackerel. An omelet would have been nice. No, there'll be no end if I start talking about luxuries. Now, while the faint saltiness still lingers in my palate, the rolled omelet. Splendid. For a station lunch, this is a top notch. Pickled plum, good. Now I can't go past burdock, but it's a very hick flavor. I can't bring myself to order it in Tokyo, but dining on Gradins and Aksaska just doesn't satisfy me in the same way. Braised burdock roots are the real man's food. On to the mackerel. Chomp. This is a little salty. Too salty. But if I eat too much rice here, the side-to-side rice boundary will be broken. I'll be left with too many salty side dishes. Japanese cuisine is made up of a harmony of rice and accompaniments. In other words, the main and some sides, a different pleasure from West cuisine, which has the accompaniment incorporated into the main. Rice, main, side dishes. Sides, bread, soup, main including sides. In other words, this is a war between main and side. Therefore, I am left with no choice but to hold back on the rice. Well, now that I've been betrayed by the mackerel, the only remaining big player is the cutlet. I feel lonely all of a sudden. These sides that had looked so animated till now have suddenly lost all color. I recall reading in a book, what makes the dessert beautiful is that it hides as well. It hides a well somewhere. The little print Antoinette de Saint-Exupéry. To think, a single piece of mackerel put me in such a good mood. I wanted my lunchbox to be like a dessert. I'm a fool for being led astray by superficial beauty. Look at me getting all sentimental. I still have the cutlet. I'll reform my plan of attack to a single-pronged offense on the cutlet. Mandarin, chestnut, burdock, fish cake, kelp pickles. However, in our previous engagements, our omelet and fish cake suffered casualties. Our burdock numbers dwindled too. Basically, all that remains is salty. To make the rice last, I'll bring the chestnut to its sides, and to wash away the saltiness, a bit of tea. With that, I'll clean up the miners. Stay easy on the rice, and then, through my voracious deeds, the groundwork for what can be called the emotional union between rice and cutlet is laid. Okay, the time has come. Here I go. This isn't meat! It's onion! Oh, how could this be? All this time I... Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I'm a fool for buying this lunchbox. I wasn't patient enough to wait for the clay pot rice. No, if I'd eaten that to begin with, I should have. I should have just stayed home. What? What did I just... What? What did I even just read? This is something that, like... Not too much happened, and I kind of enjoy that. Like, they somehow made me entertained with this guy and his meal. He's just eating a little bit. And it's so cool. I'm genuinely enjoying this. It's like when I really want to pretend like I'm a foodie, because I'm not really a foodie or someone who really enjoys food. I just like, yes, I'm going to save my chicken nuggets to the very, very end to eat it all at once. Or I'm going to separate this from that. Or, I'm going to go, now I was eating a Pokeball earlier. I was like, I want to enjoy these. It's a tasty, tasty thing, right? I don't know. It's so strange. I kind of love it. Like, dramatically narrating the food that you're going to eat. And, like, what is this? Is that a thing? Like, you pour your tea into the lid of the cup? Like, why not just drink out of it? Right? Like, because that's tea, right? It's not even alcohol. So he's not trying to take a shot. A bit of tea. Like, do you have that little tea? Is that, like, a thing? Because, like, that's a bottle cap. That's a bottle cap of tea. Like, do people drink like that normally? Am I just drinking too much as an American? Like, maybe I just like my liquids. I know that Americans aren't usually well hydrated, right? And I like this, like, the fact that this twist is so dramatic over something, I guess it's not small, but still. It's like, oh man, look at that. Like, that is the face of horror. And who knows what's going to happen here, right? His entire life is ruined. And I think it's fair. Like, I'm a fool for buying this lunchbox. I felt the same where I'm like, okay, I bought this lunch. I'm not satisfied here. I should have made better choices. It's funny, it's realistic, and I could see, if you're just trying to like entertain yourself, you do something like this, right? Where you're just like, oh, okay then. So yeah, we'll just this is fun. I like it. I like it a lot. Um, and it's just so mundane. Well, I guess that's the thing. It's not even mundane. Like I'm pretty sure I've done something similar with this food thing, and the art is wonderful, absolutely wonderful here. And I guess that's all I have to say. The art is good. It makes something mundane somehow entertaining. I could vaguely relate to this too, and like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I probably thought too hard about food too. And I guess that's it, everybody. So, with all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and be forbidden born, y'all. Peace out.